Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and I think a debut by Vidarino, who may be Norwegian. Anyway, I love the design of the grid, which has CTC in it, rotated, written and rotated. Looking forward to this. You know where to check out our extra stuff on Patreon. We have always a monthly Sudoku reward and other stuff going on, videos and sometimes crosswords on Discord. There is so much chat about the channel and about Sudoku and puzzles in general. Really is a good community to join. Those are on the links in the description field, where you can also find the way to our apps and the Sudoku pad and everything we do, and our merchandise, of course, as well. So that's all available there. Now, this puzzle is the first link under the video, and it is called Whispering the Cracktic. So we have some rules here. So regular Sudoku rules, obviously, the normal ones. Digits along the main diagonals cannot repeat. So the diagonals are highlighted in blue, and these have to be the 9 different digits on that diagonal. Same for the other diagonal. Now, the German whisper lines are what these green lines are. They mean that the numbers along them, any two neighbours on the line, must differ by at least 5. They must have a difference of at least 5 between those. And then we have just 3 quadruple circles. So the numbers 1, 2, 3, 5 must appear there. The numbers 2, 4, 5, 6 in that region, and 8 must appear at least once in that region. So those are the rules. Do give it a try. As always, I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. How do we start this? I'll tell you where we start it. It's always useful on German whisper lines to identify the high and the low digits, because they have to alternate. If you think about this difference of 5, it means that 5 or more, 5 can never be on the line, because that can't have a difference of 5 with any other digit. So we now know that this cell, which is in this group of cells that are 1, 2, 3, 5, can't be 5. Therefore, it's 1, 2, or 3, and therefore it's below 5. And if you think about that rule again, digits along a German whisper line must alternate between low digits and high digits next to them. And by low and high, I mean bigger than 5 or less than 5. So that must be the case there. Down here, it's not so clear-cut. Well, it's not at first. Actually, this is even more helpful. If we were to try to put a 6 here, just think about that. What has a difference of 5 from 6? Well, the only number is 1, and that would suddenly have to go into all those cells, which breaks regular Sudoku rules. The same would apply if we tried to put a 4 in. You'd need 9 in all those cells. 5 can't be on a German whisper line, so we actually know that digit. It's a 2. Let's do the high-low marking again. And these 3 cells that touch the 2 have to be 5 away from 2. So they have to be 7, 8, and 9. We also know these are 4, 5, and 6 because of the quadruple clue. So in these boxes 1 and 9, we're really getting quite a lot. That has to be a 1, 3 pair in the box. Those are low digits, so we can put the other low and high digits on those German whisper lines. And we're away. I mean, what a start. Let's not forget the diagonal rule now. If you look down this leading diagonal, the negative diagonal, there are already 4 blue cells. Now that has to be, just realized it doesn't look like this is right. How can it be 2 at both ends? What have I done wrong here? Yes, sorry. I've been highlighting the colours, and yeah, this is a mix-up for me in my brain. If we were doing a parity puzzle where the even digits were in one colour and the odd digits in another, we always use blue for even and orange for odd. And that's what I was thinking about. So I was looking at this, but here I'm using blue for low and orange for high. I was looking at this and going, Well, how can they be the 4 even digits? There's no even possibility left apart from 2. But it's okay. That is low. So those are 1, 3, or 4. This can't be a 4. Could be a 5. No, hang on. This can't be low because the 4 lows have been used on this negative diagonal. So therefore it's not 1, 2, or 3. That must be 5. These 2 other digits on the diagonal must be high. That one is a 6. These 2 are from 7, 8, 9. I don't know what they are at the moment. Now this can't be a 3. We kind of worked out that this couldn't be 4 or 6, but even 3 is too high because those would all have to be from 8 and 9, and that's too many. So this is a 1. Those aren't 1. 2 and 3 are in those cells. Might as well keep colouring. They're low. These 2 must be high. That gets us the remaining highs and lows on the German whisper lines. Now, what else do we know? I don't know. Right, 4. Where's now? Okay, I've got something wrong up here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let's rewind that last step. We'll take out all those colours because that is not a pair of orange. We only want 1 more orange and 1 more blue. So one of those is 4 actually. Don't think this is any use. Right, sorry, I need to just recalibrate slightly. Right, this digit, not that one, this digit can't be 4. And that is because those 2 would both have to be 9. So that is 1 or 3, which is forming a pair. This one could be 4 because it only attaches to one of these digits. If this was 3, those would be 8 and 9. One of these 2 is 3 and is creating an 8-9 pair. This can't be 4. There's the clue. Because both of those would have to be 9. So that's the high digit. This is the low digit that's 4. Right, now we can colour these correctly, not the wrong way I did it before. In go the orange cells. Right, all the German whispers, highs and lows are coloured. So I don't know if I'll continue doing the colouring. After 4 we must have a 9. This one is, don't know. Right, where does 6 go? 6 doesn't go here either because that would need 2 1s. So 6 is in one of those cells. That is from 7, 8 or 9. This is from 6, 7 or 8. It obviously can't be 9 anymore. Is it? We've got 4 blue cells in this column, which is great in a way, in that it means that we know none of the other cells are blue, but we don't know they're all orange because one of them's a 5, which doesn't get coloured. So, this is good, perhaps. 4 oranges and 3 blues here. So this cell is either the last blue or 5. I don't know, that's not that good, is it? Maybe there's an equivalent cell up here. I don't think there is. I'm not quite seeing how we're meant to move forward with this. I think I'm being a bit slow here. Right, these, okay, let's do a little bit of simple stuff. 3 and 4 here, well, they can't connect to 7s in these cells because none would leave a difference of 5. And one of those 2 cells must, these are on the diagonal, of course, so that's a 9-8 pair now. So this does become a 7 in the middle. I don't know how to use that either. I'd love to know where 5 is on the positive diagonal, but I don't. Yeah, interesting. That is 2 or 3 because we've used 1 and 4. So this also can't be 6. That's 7, 8 or 9. Right, that's a triple now. So this is 6 in the column. And that's not 6. And one of those is 9. Yes, that's not 9. It could still be a 3 here, but that would force that to be 8. 3 there would also force that to be 1, which feels lightly interesting. That can still be 4. These now. These can't be 4s, can they? Because, oh no, they could. 9 can still be, that could be a 4. This can't be a 4. Not that useful. This can't be 7, but I think it can still be 6. Right, I'd love to take the learning I did of how to get moving here forward, but I don't see what else it yields. That 1-3 pair is quite interesting, but I don't have a run of oranges looking across the grid. 4 and 5 there. That's 1, 3 or 4, obviously. If that was 3, this would be an 8, 9 pair. Is there a problem with that? Oh, this can't be 6 because it's seeing 2 different blue cells in the same row. So that gives us a 7, 8, 9 triple. Ah, and remember this 8 clue. Now this may be useful. Yes. Good grief, there's a 7, 8, 9 triple there and a 7, 8, 9 triple there now. So all of those cells can't be 8. And the 8 around this circle must now be in the central box. That is very surprising. Right. How's that going to help? These two, well, this can't be 8 or 6 now. It's 7 or 9. This, I think, could still be 6, frustratingly. Ah, these can't both be an 8, 9 pair, so that can't be 3. This is very clever, actually. So that becomes a 1. That's a 3. This can't be 7. This now can't be 9. This can't be 9. That has become a 1. This is 3 or 4. So that can't be 7. Oh, this is very clever, the way these deductions keep bouncing back on the same group of cells. So now we have an 8, 9 pair. That becomes 7. Now we have another 8, 9 pair. That doesn't help. But we've suddenly got quite a few numbers in boxes 1 and 9. Although I thought we were going at a much faster pace before, and that turned out to be wrong. This sees a 1, 2, and a 6, 7, 8, 9. So that is 3, 4, or 5, which is a triple. So these others are orange in the row, which is another very surprising deduction to be able to make. This one can't be 8 or 7 on the diagonal, so that's 6 or 9. Oh, I've got all 4 orange in box 4 now. So 6 has to be one of those two in box 8 this is, not box 4. But because 8, those two can't be 6, and we know where all the 4 high digits are. 6 must be one of those, and that now becomes 9. That has to be 6 or 7. That can be 6, 7, or 8. 9 is in one of those 2 cells. Wow, this is such an unusually put together puzzle. It's very clever. That is 4, 5, or 6. It sees 1, 3, 2 in the column, 9, 8, 7 on the diagonal. And I'm not going to turn my nose up at 4, 5, 6 triples after finding a very useful 3, 4, 5 triple there. there are some very odd limitations coming in now. 8, 7, right, one of these forces one of these to be a 9. Can this be an 8? Yes, that would be a 3. Can this be an 8? Yes, easily. Again, I just think I'm missing something here now. One, 2, 3. There's a 1 in one of those cells. Only one more orange cell on the diagonal. That just feels... That can't be 6 and that can't be 6 because of these placed 6s, which also stop that being 6. So, is that any use? 6 is in one of those 3 places? I don't think that helps. And I don't know where... well, the 2 corners can't be 5 either, and they can't be 6, so they're blue. And I'm going to keep doing this colouring because it has been surprisingly helpful. 6, 9... That doesn't have to be 5. Yeah, this is an absolutely intriguing puzzle. Right, can that be 3? Yes, that could still be an 8-9 pair, so it can. Even if it couldn't, I don't know what that would prove. Let's just keep going, keep thinking about this. These are all blue or 5. But those 2 can't both be blue, because we've already got 3 blues in this column. So one of those is 5, and these 2 are definitely both blue. And now I would like to know what the other digit there is, but I don't think I have enough information from these ones. 3, 7, 8, 9, 6 is again, 6 is not there. So 6 is in one of these 2 cells. Right, I know 6 isn't there because of that. I know 6 isn't there because those are the 4 odd cells. Said it again, those are the 4 high cells in box 8. So 6 is in one of those. This is 7 or 8. That's a pair as well, which is doing nothing for me. One of those is 9. Just looking around constantly at the same old clues here. Right, 1 there and 1 there means that 1 is in one of these 2 cells. And therefore, one of these 2, I have a feeling, no, that would be on the line, which would, on the diagonal, which would be helpful. Whereas that would be the last blue in the column. No, yes, it could be, yes, it could be. One of those is blue and one is 5, so these 2 are orange. It takes me a long time to even work out something as relatively straightforward as that, unfortunately. 6 or 9 there. One of these 2 is a 9 by Sudoku. Yes, I might have made a meal of this, but never mind. I'm still finding it extremely interesting and surprising. 6 in this column. I think it could be in any of those 3. 1, 4, 2, 3, right, 9. But these are 5, 6, 7, and 8. Any of them that can't be 5 specifically? Don't think so. That 4-5 pair doesn't match up with that position for 5 possibilities. 2 or 3 is going to, whatever that is, it's going to put one of them in there. There's probably something straightforward on the whisper line somewhere. That's an 8-9 pair. That is 8 or 9. If that's 4, that has to be 9. 8 and 9 are definitely in this group. And that's not 9, therefore. Okay, so we get the 9 in the central box. So that's 6 or 7. Doesn't really seem to be helping. 9 in box 2 must be in one of those cells. Again, not an enlightening piece of information. Wow. This, I don't see how that's limited at all at the moment. That's the trouble. That's not a triple. Can that be 3? I think it still could. I think that could be 3 with an 8-9 pair there. Either of those being 6 or 7 doesn't affect the whisper lines, which is where I think we're going to still be disambiguating high digits. We've done most of the lows. Well, not all of them, but lots of them. So one of those is a 9 and one is an 8. What does that mean? That does mean actually that this can't be high. But actually I knew that. I knew 6 was confined up here, so that's not interesting. 9 and 8. So both 9 and 8 appear in these 3 cells. 1, 2. Wow, no, still looking around for some way to go here. 6, 8, 9. That can't be orange, obviously, nor can that. But that still can be, probably is, or that in the bottom row. Is there a reason that can't be a 4? I don't think so. Maybe I should be focusing a bit harder on 4s and 6s because they're so limited on the lines. If that was a 4, it would force 9 here, which puts 9 there. Which doesn't really do anything higher in the grid. The testing reports weren't that this puzzle was this hard. So I think I am missing a trick here in some way. Let's just keep thinking and trying to find what I'm not spotting. 1 in this column. It's not very constrained. Maybe 7 would be difficult there. That would force this to be a 1-2 pair. That would force this to be a 1-2 pair. Then we'd have a 1-2 pair here. That's getting interesting. This would have to become a 3, and that would be an 8, which would put 8 here, but that would have happened already. Oh, is there some combination between this and these that doesn't work? Yeah, that's interesting. 1 or both of those has to be a 3 because these can't both be 9s. 1 or both of those has to be a 3. If it's both, I think that's fine, unfortunately. That just puts a 3 somewhere up here. At least that would take, if we definitely had a 3 in here, at least that would take 7 off the line, which would get us started again. How could we not have a 3 here? By that being 1, 2. Oh, this is the other thing I was looking at, is 1, 2 in all those positions. And I don't think I can falsify that at the moment quite. So I'm looking at the same thing in two ways now. We've got a definite 8-9 pair here, 3 or 7 there. That's 1, 2 or 4. Maybe I need to be thinking about where the 5 goes in the top row. Sorry, better take a pull. Sorry about that. I do wonder how my phone gets switched to silent every so often without me deliberately doing it. Anyway, 6 we know is in one of those cells. One of these has to be 6, I discovered earlier. Yeah, this is interesting. I just don't know enough. I've used the quadruple clues completely. I've established all the highs and lows on the CTC. On the diagonals, maybe I haven't done enough wondering about low digits on the diagonal. So that can't be 9, 8, 7, 3 or 4. This can't be 3. If that was 7, it would make that 8. Now that's quite interesting because that would make that 7. Ah, this doesn't work. If that was 7, it would make that 8, which would make that 7, and suddenly I'd need 2 6s. I think that's a sort of form of skyscraper, but I don't know. I always get the term wrong. But it does prove that's not a 7 just by a short chain. So we get 8 there, 7 here. Now we've got an 8-9 pair. This is 7. That makes this 2 on the whisper line. 3 and 2. That's not an 8. So that's a 6-7 pair. So this is an 8-9 pair with another one here. What does that mean? I've restricted, well, I mean, I've got a few digits in, but now I've just, 8 in column 2 is there. I was going to say now I've just restricted a lot of cells that it didn't matter for. 8 must be here because it can't be there because of the 8-9 pair. Now, no more orange cells there. That's 7. 7, 7. No, 7 can still be in either of those places. Do I need to go back to thinking about those? Probably not. Mind you, if they were both 3, and I think what I realized was one of them has to be 3 at least, then that would make that a 3, which is all too possible now. Gosh, I've got so much done suddenly, and yet, right, 7. Oh, that's interesting. 7 in this box is now limited out of all of those cells by the 2 7s. And if that, yeah, that's on the diagonal. So we can put in a weird position 7 there, which doesn't do anything else. These two are a 5-6 pair now in the column. Five versus low digits is very hard in this puzzle. That's 1, 2 or 4. 9, 7, 8, 6. That's 1, 3 or 4. Just looking at where the possible various low digits can be on the diagonal. It's not, I don't know, doesn't seem very helpful. 6 we know is up there. So Can't colour these all blue because one of them may be a 5 and probably is. 1, yes, I've highlighted where 1 is up there. 2 has to be in one of those 4 cells. That's not useful. Well, okay, a short chain worked here. So let's think about if that was 4. Then we get 9 here. 8, 3, 4 there. It's something to do with how at least one of those has to be a 3, isn't it? But I don't know. I don't know how that... Oh, this can't be 3, 4, 1, 2, 9, 8 or 7. So that's 5 or 6. If that's a 6, this becomes a 5. And that's a 6. Then that's an 8, 9 pair, forcing a 3 here. I'm wondering if I can always force this to be a 9. The only way of avoiding that is if this is a 6, with 1 here. That makes that a 7. Okay, if that's a 6, we get a 6 here. One of those two becomes a 6 as a result. It's not, it's like juggling and you've suddenly only got one ball. Right, one of those two's a 2. I hadn't seen that before. 3. One of those is a 3. Oh, where does 3 go on the other diagonal? Is that worth asking? There, there, or there? So I don't think it is. Oh no, not there. So 3 ends up in one of these 2 places on the positive diagonal. If it's there, that's a 3 in the box, which forces that to be a 3. Ah, 9-8 pair there and a 9-8 pair there. Gives me a 9-8 pair up here. I haven't seen that. That's probably been screaming. Well, you may have been screaming about that. 7, 4, 8, 9 there. Is that 8, 9 pair any use? Now, 7 and 6 don't go here, and only one of them can go here because there's a 7 or 6 there. So this must be a 7 or 6. Is that right? That feels good. 7 and 6 can't go there. Because of that, only one of them can go on that side. So the other one must go here. That is a solid deduction. That gets the 6 on this line. Right, surely that's going to help something. 7 there. This can't be 6. We can do 6 and 7 down here. None of them are on the line though, so I'm terrified this useful string of information is going to peter out now. 6 is in one of those cells. 6, 8, 9, 1, 3, 2. So that is 4, 5, or 7. No, it's not 7. In fact, the only place for 7 in the column is here. Ah, so that keeps our string of deductions alive. We get a 6 here, 6 here. This is a 6-1 pair now, which is a very strange pair of bedfellows. These are both blue because they're not 5. Ah, so 6 is here, of course. Let's remove the pencil mark. I'm trying to be careful now. Now, that is white, 5 rather. So those are blue. I'm maybe getting over fixated on colouring at this point because it's not really going to do much more. But that gives me 4 blues there. So that's not a 1. Okay, well, maybe I wasn't over fixated on colouring. That's a 2, in fact. The central box is all coming together nicely now. 6, 7, 2. All right, come on. Now the diagonal 1 has been taken out of the corners. That is going to fix 1 in box 3. So we get a 1 there. I'm going to keep going with the colouring because it is still working. That's not a 1. It can still be 2 or 3. Bother. 6, 9, 8, 7, 1, 9, 6 on the diagonal. That's blue. That's orange. So we've got 2, 3, 4, and 5. As well as the corners, we've got these cells to fill. That's 1 or 4. So this is a 2, 5 pair. Do I really not know which way round they go? Don't think I do. That's 1, 3, or 4. So is that. 1, no. One of these is white. One of these 2 is white, which I'm just now using as shorthand for 5. Oh, what about this row? 2, 1, 8, 7, 9, 6. So that's 3 or 4 and is blue. So one of those 2 is a 5, and therefore that's not a 5. So that is blue. That is white and is a 5. We get a 2 here. That can go blue. What else can go blue? That one that we did. These are blue. So that's not a 5. In fact, there's a 3, 4 pair. That's going to give me a 1 there. 4 there. 3 there. That's not the useful number on the whisper line, and it doesn't also fix that. These 2 still aren't done. Right, 4 there though. That makes this a 3. I feel we're closing in on something. There may still be deductions to make, actually. 3, 1, 4. So almost all the first 3 columns done. That's a 3, right. So that's a 4 and needs a 9 on the whisper line. 8 there, which means that's not a 4. I knew that anyway. In fact, 1 and 3 can be filled in. This is a 4. That's a 5. Oh, wow. The sense of relief over this puzzle, which has been really foxy, frankly. 1, 3, 4, 2, 7, 6. That's 8 or 9. So this is where 5 goes. Let's keep going with the colouring while I remember. 4s get to be blue, of course. This one, I don't know its colour. Okay, not quite finished yet. Now the diagonal, 3, 9, 5, 8, 7, 1. That's 2. Oops. Colour's gone mad. Let's try again. That's 2. Still, I can't get the right mode. 2 there, 4 there. The 2 fixes the 3, 2 pair. 8 on this diagonal. I'd forgotten to do that. I knew that was coming as a corollary to the 9 on the diagonal. Right, all diagonals done. 8 and 9 are resolved. This is a 3, 5 pair, so this is 4. That's a 9. That's an 8. 2 and 7 can go in. Let's do the colouring before I finish off the last couple of digits. Those have to be blue, and therefore 3 and 5. That is a really good puzzle, Vitorino. I've enjoyed that a lot. Very clever combinations. You get the CTC logo in it, and really interesting solve. Absolutely not what I was expecting from the test report. So you may have done that more handily than me, but I'm not sure what step I could have shortcut there. I'd be very interested to hear. Thanks for watching as always, and see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.